Welcome back, my fellow duplicants, to Oxygen Not Included. This is the super modded playthrough. Today we're going to find out whether or not superheated hydrogen can actually boil crude oil into petroleum. What do you guys think? You think it's going to work? Well, thanks for no response at all, dupes. Let's take a look at some other things that are going on here. We have some wooden hatches up here. Those seems to be doing all right. I have a fair amount of eggs. I actually found 2 more over here just before this video started. So yeah, that strategy is actually working out really good. Do I have far too many hatchling eggs? And this poor hatch over here has just been stuck in the door forever. So let's go ahead and wrangle that one up. What do we have in the printing pod? A couple of duplicates. Oh no. Suit wearing +3 athletics. That's actually pretty good. Researching +3 science. Increased creativity and decor, except for you're anemic. Well, though they do offset there, so that's eventually you'll overcome your anemic. Unlike Rowan's bottomless stomach here. Oh, but you can see their overjoyed responses now. Sticker bomber, cool. However, neither of those dupes are ones that I want to bring in, so you have been rejected. Just like me and my Steam controller purchase. I thought I was gonna get it for $5. Nope, they sold something they didn't have. Oh well. I'll have you know, I survived the Black Friday mostly intact. The amount of times Newegg showed up in my browser history full of computer parts was many, but I resisted the urge. I thought I was going to have to buy a new refrigerator, but as it turns out, I ripped it apart yesterday with my dad and we actually got in there. Found out the heating element thing, which is actually for defrosting, was broken, so I ordered a replacement part rather than a whole new fridge. So much better. So I only had to spend $60 instead of $1,000. Yeah, kind of have a small spot for my refrigerator. I know, that's all I got to talk about right now. Dupes, finish this up. All right, as far as the dupes are concerned, I'm going to try to reset their skills a little bit here. So we'll build the skills scrubber. We'll also build the textile spot right here instead of there. Try to turn this into a hospital / rec room down here so that the dupes enjoy that. Ooh, we should definitely unlock jetpacks. Jetpacks are really fun. We should unlock this stuff too. Ooh, just go for all the research. All of it. Oh, I like this one. Advanced space scanner. It has a little hood that closes up on top of it. Thank you so much for making that. All right, well, if that isn't a lot of research, we've queued it all up. All right, since I'm moving through a lot of research today, and I might even be able to unlock the advanced space scanner here, I should make sure that I have some way of seeing space, which makes me think I should go ahead and kind of build up towards the surface a little bit more. Although, yeah, I guess the surface in this case isn't necessarily space, it's just above the regolith layer that should be up here. All right, I'm going to make some changes to my power system over here. Rather than using this big smart battery, I'm going to use the tiny smart battery right down here. Just a little dude. And then we're going to take the automation wire, boom, build it up like that. Party a lot, there you go. And then deconstruct all of that stuff because I don't need that. So this battery here only activates this generator once it runs out of power. So it kind of keeps all the stuff running up top here, but not the stuff that's down here. Like all of these little wood burners. Look at them go! They're not the happiest things in the world, but hey, the bark skin works. Hey, more research. What do we have this time? Ooh, a vertical wind tunnel. Might want to try that. We also have a juicer, real nice. I don't have the ingredients for that just yet, so not going to worry about it. Besides, we already have the soda fountain. Ooh, transit tube, but I don't have all my plastic set up just yet. Still working on that petroleum. Okay, here we go. All right, I think I found a good duplicant to bring in here. Ari, your name will be Blackbird. Welcome to the base, and thank you so much for being a Patreon supporter. So Blackbeard is going to be my primary farmer. I'm going to go ahead and reset a fair amount of these skills in here, just to kind of rebalance my duplicates. The population has grown. We're now running around quite a bit further now, so I want to make sure that I'm optimizing what my dupes are doing. This also means I'm going to have to get a little bit creative with how I'm housing my dupes. think at some point we'll actually build like a little apartment here, but for right now, I think they're just going to end up right out here. So this room is kind of interesting. We're still building up a large amount of steam down here, and it isn't really cooling down. Let's see here. Radiant gas pipes, 25 per tile. What about a metal tile? That's 100 each. Here's what I'm going to do. We're just going to build a little loop right here. Runs up to the radiator, right back down. Maybe not, maybe not. Maybe that's just not worth it. Stop. Now that I see it, it's actually starting to condense right there. It's doing just fine. Blackbeard, that's a bad spot to fall asleep. I know you don't have a bed, but seriously, help. Don't fall asleep in the airlock with the door open. Oh man, these hatches are just gonna give me a hard time with this door, aren't they? Stupid hatches. Ooh, Boogie's is quite the adventurer. Look at him go. He really wants to see what's up at the surface. Maybe he just wants to get out of here. Oh, look at this. We've managed to capture all of these. All right, wrangle them all. Here we go. Who knows what's gonna happen here. I want wooden hatches up here. Wooden hatches. Oh, here's what we'll do. We'll get rid of hatchlings and hatch right there. That will get rid of them. Dupes. You were all in on this, but now you just left me here, staring at a bunch of hatches. Hey! Thank you for finally growing, Arbitrary. It just took a ton of coal, didn't it? This is just the most horrible sounding thing. Oh well. You know what? We have a brand new Powell building. We might as well throw this down. The CFB generator. And I now have enough ceramic to build it. So, why not? What else do we have to do? Sorry, dupes, besides like everything. I know, I've queued up a lot of stuff. Why was that only buildable there? Oh, maybe it's extra wide or something. I think this just shows how indecisive I am right now. Ooh, omelets. Delicious. Hey, does anybody want to wrangle up? Thank you, Trengar. How did a puffed end up here? Did anybody just see that? Oh, me. You just fell into space, bud. Oh, but he couldn't be happier about it. Look at him. Yeah, why not go over here and do some digging on stuff that I didn't tell you to dig? Why not, Meep? I know, right? There's no oxygen around there, isn't there? Don't do it, Meep. Don't jump down there. Alright, just reworking this whole power plant thingamabob down here. We'll see how it goes. Hey, you know what? Maybe I can even fit a station in down here. Probably not, though. A fishing station? What is this? Wait. When did I download this? That almost seems... allows the assigned rancher to control the population of fishing to old, surplus, or unwanted fishies. Oh, well, that's cool. How about that? I might be able to make use of that down here. If I wanted to put some fishies down here. Cool. Another thing I didn't even know I downloaded. Uh-oh. I seem to have a lot of water down here. Might want to actually close that off. Oh, this is turning into a mess. That's all right. We'll get it. Bloop. There we go. Deconstruct that part. We'll put the bridge in right there. Okay. I've like built and rebuilt everything over here. Place first, plan later. Ooh, oxygen seems to be a little thin up here. We're down to 200 grams per tile. That's actually very low. So I think I need to double up on my advanced electrolyzer at this point. Oh, you know what it is? The hydrogen is not running. Oh, so therefore the oxygen isn't running. Ew, okay. Yeah, because I'm messing with the power system over here. Oh no, that's not it. Just out of water. All right, that means I should set up some more refinement here so that if I need to bring water from here into this thing, I can do so. Now this can actually take polluted water or clean water, but the suits can't take polluted water. So, what I meant to mean there is the advanced electrolyzer will output polluted oxygen, which is not what I really want. So we'll build up the water sieve right here. That way it's nearby everything else. We can get the dupes in there. Yeah, some of my mealwood has stopped growing. It's kind of thin up there. Now, none of this is venting into space, in case you're wondering. It is all the proper thing, drywall, where it needs to be drywall, and wallpaper, where I can get away with wallpaper, so. Blackbeard, why are you sleeping here? You should be sleeping in your bed, dude. And dupes, you still haven't finished this. Whoa, 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 whoa! Brothgar! Oh, you are sparkly. Look at this dude go. Sparkle streaker. What I want you to do is I want you to go past all of my other dupes right now. Can you do that for me, Brothgar? Yeah, can you? Can you? Look at how ridiculous this guy looks. That way, the buff that you have right now, which is +8 to athletics, can actually be applied to some of my other dupes. Oh, hang on. There you go. Go into the here. Yep. Yes, there you go. Hey, no. Where you going, dude? Where you going? Where you going? Everybody's eating. Go visit them. Now watch all the buffs that they're going to get. See? Sparkle streaking. Actually, I guess they didn't get a bonus, did they? Bummer. I thought it did actually pass on from one to the other. Oh, you know why we ran out of water? It's because I'm doing all of this research. That's what's up. But you know what? It's not a big deal. I'm actually just processing more of it here, so we should be back up and running. Yeah, we're making our way through all of this stuff here. Just trying to finish up all the research. Oh, you know what? A power plant can be a total of 96 tiles. This is currently 90 tiles. Oh, there's a good chance we can actually turn this into a power plant. Nice. All right, I gotta work on these schedules. They are not working as intended. Okay, so there's the default, there's the night owl schedule, and I have one that is early bird, so you are just going to work in the morning. All right, so there we go. Now I have an early bird schedule right here, so you work in the morning. We have just a normal one where you're kind of sleeping at night, do the bath time in the morning, eat just before they go to bed, and then the night owls, which do the same sort of thing, but just slightly shifted. There we go. Now we can get the CFB generator right there. Yeah. Whoa, we got another sparkler here. Brothgar. All right, let's take a look at my dupes here real quick. Okay, so I reset the schedules, but I haven't reset the skills just yet. So who are the dupes that I can really reset here? Okay, Rex is definitely on the list. He's doing both cooking and digging and building and some carrying. It's kind of a weird mix there. Valkyrie, definitely we can do the cooking. That's fine. And with that, you might as well do some supplying. So that's just fine, and might as well do decorating as well because nobody else has that. Blackbeard is set up to be the farmer, so that's good. Rex needs to be reset. Come on down, Rex. We're gonna shake those skills right out of you. There we go, now you're completely reset. What you like to do is build, so you're definitely going to be a builder. And if you're going to build, that means you probably need to dig to places as well, so that's always good to have some digging ability, but you also need to be in an exosuit, that's for sure. Ooh, can I bring you all the way up to mechatronics engineering? That way you can also build all of that stuff. Ooh, there we go. Super Builder Rex. Okay, Velas, you're going to be reset. Ah, bummer. The power transformer overheated. If you see this, you can see that the amount of DTUs it's producing is 1. Although it's radiating 99.53 DTUs per second. What it actually takes, so this power transformer will output 1000 DTUs per second, but you saw it was radiating 99.9, so close, but not quite. I think we're seeing the same sort of thing with this one here. No, heat production is 251 dutes per second, radiating 999. I was working on my refrigerator yesterday and I couldn't help but think, like, I wonder how many dutes that thing is putting out. I wonder how many is moving from one side to the other. I don't know. It's weird. Every time I look at something now that has to do with like thermal energies, I start thinking in DTUs. It's probably not good. There we go. Bristleberries. Who else has been reset? Have you been reset now? Yes. Okay. So you like mechatronics engineering. That's great. You can go ahead and be a mechatronics engineer. I've got nothing against that. However, that also means you're going to be quite the builder and a digger as well. So you're going to be doing about the exact same job as Rex, just slightly different. You'll have all the same skills too. Cool. That means Boogies needs to be reset. So the only difference between these two dupes here is I've set one to have a higher tier for operating. So that's Velas, who really likes to be the engineer. And then Rex, who likes to build stuff, is going to build stuff a little bit more. Digging and supplying is also something that they're good at. So it's something that they will do. Okay. How we do? All right, there we go. I've now researched the steam rocket. I've got some fun ideas for that one. And I have the advanced space station thing. How we doing down here, dupes? Oh, we're getting kind of close. That's good. Just a few more tiles here and there and we'll have it. Boogies, get to your skill scrubber. Come on, Boogies. There you go. Mahong, welcome to the base. You are going to sleep right over here, all by yourself because you're a loud snorer. I kind of moved the cots around here because the light was causing Meep to wake up during the night, which is not cool. So I made that adjustment right there, and I think we're doing pretty good. Okay, Boogies, you're going to be set up the exact same way as Rex here. Velas, you're going to change your hat to the operator. There you go. So that should do it for building and construction, dudes. Oh, you know what? You can even do super hard digging. You have enough skills left over for that. Cool. And then I'm also working the consumables over here as well. A lot of what I'm making now is just barbecue, so that's mostly what they're eating if they are of kind of a higher demand. So they eat that or the fish fillets. All right, so numbers is going to be more of an operator. I have lots of equipment that needs operating. Trengar's already set up great for ranching, so I'm not going to adjust that dupe. And then Meep's probably going to be running stuff around. Okay, so it looks like I have everything built down here. This is good. I think just a little bit of power and I'll be set up and ready to go. Maybe a little bit of lead. Run that lead right on over here. Unless we don't have enough. Oops, we need to dig this stuff out. Ooh, and I think that's diamond down there too. Ooh, I always like diamond. It's very useful stuff. Look at these dupes go. Look at how nice and organized they are. No, Meep, don't drink the soda. That was only for numbers. You know what? I think I need to double down on the amount of electrolyzers I have. Let's see here. How can I do that? Well, looks like I can kind of just do this number right here. Then if I take the hydrogen, I can build it in right there. And then the oxygen, I'll just have to run it in up here. It won't be cooled like this oxygen. But you know what? If I cool this oxygen down a little bit more and then maybe do something else, I don't know. That's kind of an interesting thing. I wonder if the temperature that comes out of here will just be a combination of both temperatures, since it's possibly going to run out of two different valves. You know what I should do? I should just flip this. Deconstruct that real quick. Deconstruct all the gas pipes in here. I didn't realize you could flip that at the time when I built this initially. There we go. Oxygen's now flowing out of both of those. This just needs to be deconstructed. All right, so that way I can plug one inlet there, the other here, get rid of all of this stuff. Oxygen flows out here, oxygen flows out there. No bridge stuff needed. All right, so here we go. Now I need to bring in hydrogen to all of this stuff, which means this is going to fill up with hydrogen. That's like the first thing. All right, just rework the oxygen system a little bit. So now we have two ways out. One that's going to feed the base primarily, and then some suits up there if possible. The other that's just going to go through the suits and then into the base if possible. All right, now let's look at this and see if I can figure out what it takes to start this thing up. So what I want is some hydrogen to be inside of here. That's important. That way, as this gets cold, which I guess really isn't an issue, we're going to try to liquefy it. That's not really my primary thing. What we want is the hydrogen to get hot. So I've got like a primer loop for the hydrogen here. So we can go ahead and tap that into the line over here, just like this. I think we'll just go ahead and use a long hydrogen bridge right there just to kind of get that thing up and running. Long hydrogen bridge, I don't know if that's actually a word. And then the other one is going to be for overflow. That's going to run right down here. And that's going to turn into liquid hydrogen rather than venting into space. Okay, so here's the other thing. I need to run polluted water all the way over here to this oil well, which again is possible because of the mod I've installed which allows me to run polluted water into the oil well. We're gonna find out real soon. Hey, look at that, it's running. So that means we now have crude oil down here. Perfect. Okay, so why is this gas pipe not running? What have you done to me? Oops. What'd you do? Okay, that bridge was just confusing it. There we go, now it's running. Yeah, and it looks like the temperature is more or less the combination of the two, so that's good. So rather than combining those two together, here's what we're going to do. We're just gonna set up a vent right there, and that'll take care of that. I think I might also move all of these Atmosuit docks right here over into this area, and then take all of my refrigerators and put them down here in space. That way I don't have to maintain a certain environment down here. They can just be out in a vacuum, which is really good. And it also shortens the run for a lot of these dupes to get to the Atmosuit and anything over here. They could just go through a door right there. Or maybe I don't even need it over here. If you take a look at the temperatures in there, they're really not bad. There's also plenty of oxygen. So, but right now they need to be in an Atmosuit because they're running past here into this area. It's kind of weird. All right, so now we have hydrogen here. That's actually not running to the correct port. Or we can get fancy with it. Ooh, and do this number. What happened to this down here? What? Did I say deconstruct that? Oops, what did you do? All right, woo, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, the hydrogen is flowing into the gas reservoir. You can see it's at 96 degrees right now. As it's running out of here, you can see it's getting nice and hot. Look at that. Ooh, 220. Super hot. How cold is this thing? Oh, it's kind of cold. If this thing is below 1,000, then we're going to bring in more. So you can see that it is currently off. Okay, the gas inside of here is going up in temperature. However, we can see that we are running multiple streams of hydrogen in here. This one's still coming in at 27. However, that's at 250 now. I have this maximum temperature set to 1,200 degrees. It's also probably consuming a ton of power, so... Yeah, keep tuning up those wood burners. We need all of them. Hey, the oil well's running again. Thank you. Lots of liquid. That's good. So we're bringing in that crude oil now. You can see that's flowing in. All right, how are we doing with the hydrogen? 206 kilograms. We're gonna turn that off for just a moment now. We don't really need it to run anymore. This thing is saying that it's too cold. Tell me this thing turns off at 0 degrees. Well, it doesn't say anything about that. Well, I think that throws half of my plan out the window. Aha, here we go, options. Okay, yeah, so this thing stops at 0 degrees Celsius. So I'm not going to be able to use this to directly cool stuff down into a liquid. There are some adjustments that you can make inside of the mod as far as customizing it. However, you can't change its minimum temperature. So I need to run to a plan B here real quick. All right, so my plan B is to take the extra hydrogen here and feed it into a thermal nullifier. We'll see how that goes. And then to keep this warm enough, what I'm going to do is run this polluted water through here. And then the hydrogen in this area will actually kind of work to keep the reverse cycle hot. So I'll put radiant pipes inside of here. Okay, so we'll just deconstruct a lot of this stuff. We don't need it. We will simplify the wiring so it just does this number. Get rid of this big, no, we still need the power stuff. We don't need the pumps though. Those will just become gold tiles like that. Well, there is one good sign here. This hydrogen tank here is at 70 degrees Celsius. Same with these tiles, same with that crude oil. So at least everything's kind of at the same temperature. It's just waiting to convert into petroleum at this point. All right, so everything has been reconstructed now. So let's go ahead and try to see if this thing will run and do what it needs to do. This thing's saying that it's too cold, so we're going to put some hydrogen into here. This is now surrounded by a bunch of gold now, a bunch of gold water. We don't need that there or there. Why does this thing keep being deconstructed? What is up with this thing? Why can't you leave my oil well alone, dupes? It just wants to be there. Pumping oil. Not being deconstructed every 5 seconds. What's up with that? Alright, temperature. We're running at 200 degrees coming out of that unit right there. You can see the temperature that is inside of it. Not bad. Thing is, we are running out of power, which is probably to be expected considering the amount of juice that this thing consumes. 4,000 watts is what my base is currently consuming. Woo! And the metal refinery. Let's hope for this CFB generator. It's the only thing keeping us alive here. Oh, but hey, look, our natural gas friend is back and farting into the air. Thank you. You know what? I'm gonna try to disable this thing for right now. Let's see what happens. All right, so how's this heat? Ooh, man, we are up to 130. It takes a little while. So the water that's flowing out, it's at 9 degrees Celsius. So it flows in at 40, comes out at 9. You see, this thing is still struggling every now and then. Like it isn't running 100%. I think what it could use is a little bit of liquid to help conduct that thermal energy to where it needs to go. I mean, the output temperature is fairly respectable in that it's 5 degrees Celsius. So we are dropping 40 degrees from here to here. And that is increasing in temperature. We're now up to 145, so it's going up. And it has a lot to heat up. I mean, we have all of these tiles right here. You have all of this crude liquid. You also have the drywall behind it. That's going to absorb all that thermal energy. 400 kilograms with a heat capacity of 0.79. So there's actually a lot of heat that needs to be brought into this, which means I have to consume a ton of power. Oh, meanwhile, the thermal nullifier bottomed out at negative 173. That'll work well as a pre-cooler for liquid oxygen. Oh, was this thing getting hot enough to melt? Is that what was going on? That would be rather impressive. I guess it is open to space, so there's a good chance that that was what was actually going on. All right, there we go. I just readjusted this so it's a little bit further down. I'll use this as a cold chamber for pre-cooling stuff. I feel like that's a fairly decent thing to use it for. This over here is still heating up, so long as I can provide power to it. It's at 206 degrees Celsius now. I think I'll have to re-enable this. I just don't have quite enough power. I guess I used up all of my bark. Thing is, look at how many wood hatches I have now. It's incredible. Guess I have to start consuming them now. I think I'm going to start to use some auto sweepers and auto supply stuff now. A little receptacle, a little loader right here. Small bit of shipping rail. Boom, there you go. Automatically supply sand over here. One less thing for my dupes to take care of. I could also knock down some of this stuff in here and really put in a fair amount of auto sweepers right there. Although I think I'll do a full ASRS system once I really get into it. This thing's overheating. Gosh, only at 85 degrees Celsius? That seems kind of low for something made out of ceramic. Overheat temperature plus 200 degrees. Well, the challenges of a modded piece of equipment. Well, in that case, I'll make use of more hydrogen. It's not as if I'm really going to use a lot of it. Let's just try adding just a little bit of liquid in here. Let's see what happens. Just put a bottle empty there. What do we have on hand? Maybe a little bit of water, a little bit of polluted water. Let's go with water. All right, salt water, here we go. Just a little bit, just a little bit. How much do we have down there? Ooh, 10, that's probably enough. Close that up. So hopefully the water kind of helps conduct that thermal energy around a little bit. Maybe we can get the output temperature of that water even colder. I did get it as low as about 3 degrees at one point, but it usually hovered right around the 4 or 5 degree mark. 2.9. It's a little bit colder. Not a whole lot though. Ooh, you can see the temperature of the hydrogen is now up to 480 degrees Celsius. So it's definitely getting hot. And if you take a look at the overlay here, yeah, you can see that. We're up to 330 something, so it's moving. You know what? I really have my doubts that this is going to be efficient enough if I run just this much loop. I'm actually going to move this over several tiles in order to make this counterflow a little bit larger here. That way this will be a little bit more efficient. Considering this seems like it's going to be a little bit lower powered than I expected, I'm going to try to make it as efficient as possible. So To do that, I just make this a tad bit longer and it should be a fair bit better. So then I just copy the end here, boom, put it right back in place, and extend this right here in the middle, boom, haha. All right, moment of truth here. I've been able to heat up the hydrogen inside of here up to 964 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and flip this. We're going to bring in this really, really hot hydrogen now, or at least that's what it should be. There we are, 900 degrees. And hopefully we're going to see this stuff heat up. Yes, there we go. Boom! A little bit of petroleum. Nice. You can see the tiles are going up in temperature there. Boom, there's some more. And there's some more petroleum. Yep, it's doing its thing. Although, you can see that the hydrogen is cooling down. So now we're down to 700 degrees there. Hey, look at that thing go. Sweet. Yep, so there we have it. There's more petroleum. So this is just going to keep building up. It's going to take a while before it spills over into this whole area, but for now, this thing is up and running. So we are actually using really hot hydrogen gas in order to convert petroleum. I'm not sure how efficient it's going to be until we actually get the whole counterflow thing up and running, but despite running into a hiccup here with this thing having a minimum temperature far hotter than I was expecting, I did find another way around it, so it is working. I would say delivering power to this or keeping it hot enough are the two main issues there. I think one thing I can use is some of this hot petroleum on its way back to kind of make sure that this thing maintains a hot enough temperature to keep cooling. But that's just going to have to happen once I actually get it over there. For right now, I think the next step I need to focus on here is food. You can see that the food has dropped down about 100,000 calories while I've been running this thing over the last several cycles, so that's probably something I'm going to have to focus on now. Oh, never mind. Spicy tofu to the rescue. Oh, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Stay awesome, guys. Peace. Brothgar out.